I had the chance to watch The Last of Us early, and here are my thoughts. Hey there, everybody. HBO's The Last of Us has been a super highly anticipated series, and that's mainly because it's an adaptation of one of the most popular and highly regarded video games of all time. The Last of Us is a cinematic masterpiece, and I'm just talking about the game. It is a truly cinematic game that lends itself to an adaptation. Now, along the years, there's been many different attempts. Movie a couple different times, and everything kept getting pushed back, everything kept getting delayed, and finally, it's here. HBO has given it to us, a series adaptation of The Last of Us starring Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey, and this is amazing. I'm just going to put it out there right at the beginning so you know exactly where I'm coming from. This is the greatest video game adaptation of all time. Now, obviously, that isn't saying a whole bunch, because the video game adaptation curse, okay, which means that movies or shows adapting video games tend to be very, very poorly done and very, very poorly regarded. Now, of course, there are some exceptions. People seem to like the Sonic movies, but this is on another level, okay? This is something that is it's serious, okay? This is really well done. This is drama. This is action. This is emotion. This is taking a game and saying, no, that we can tell this story outside of the game on TV and have it be done in a way that's not only entertaining, a way that is impactful, in a way that is meaningful and entertaining, right? So the story, if you're not familiar, obviously is post-apocalypse, okay? You got fungus, not a virus this time. Fungus has pretty much taken out the world and created like zombie creatures, okay? So pretty much acts like a virus. It's your typical kind of zombie post-apocalypse. People are bad, there's monsters, all that stuff is pretty standard. It's the way that The Last of Us handles it and the way The Last of Us tells the story of the characters that makes it stand out and above the rest. So in this post-apocalypse, you've got Joel, who is played by Pedro Pascal, and he is tasked with smuggling a teenage girl, Ellie, played by Bella Ramsey, out of town and across some dangerous terrain. That's the main plot. He has to get this girl through danger to someplace safe, and he's hired to do this by the Fireflies, which are this team of sort of rebels, right? This rebellion kind of task force. So you've got military people who are bad, you've got just roaming pillager people who are bad, and on top of that, you've got these monsters, okay? People who become infected with the fungus. The longer that they're infected, the more monstrous they become. So they got these blind versions known as clickers. They pretty much see like bats. They got sonar, they click. These monsters look fantastic, okay? Everything turned out visually stunning, whether it's super scary stuff like the monsters, or it is just the landscape of a distraught dystopian future where buildings are collapsed and plant life is growing all over the buildings, which is pretty much what they did in the game. Let me just tell you this, another thing here. This show is so incredibly faithful to the game. There are direct pieces of dialogue, there are direct pieces of imagery pulled straight from the game and put into this series, and the overall story arc is almost exactly the same. Like, I'm not spoiling anything, I'm just telling you, they take the game and they say, this game is great, we don't gotta change a whole lot. Here it is. So these are my quick thoughts. This is what I think of The Last of Us. This is a 9 out of 10. Okay, this is a great way to start the year, and I hope you guys like it as well. After you watch it, let us know in the comments. Be sure to drop us a follow on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and stay tuned for more great content.